morning, George. In the newly filed lawsuit, the former model says she initially blamed herself and sank into years of anxiety, depression, addiction, even self-harm. And when she saw the new evidence of alleged against Combs, she says she felt a moral obligation to come forward.
To execute a search warrant as part of the officers. In terms of how it was executed and the force that they used, they immediately tried to detain any individuals that are inside of the home.
I hit rock bottom, but I make no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video.
Sean Diddy Combs, the hip-hop mogul, has found himself embroiled in a legal battle that's making headlines. But the real shocker? His lawyer, known for his unwavering defense, has walked away from the case. Why? Join us as we uncover the twists and turns in this legal saga. From the courtroom drama to the shocking revelations, we'll break down every detail of this unfolding story. But of course, before we go any further, make sure first that you subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell for more updates and videos like this. Now let's get going.
Assaulting his then-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, in a hallway at a Los Angeles hotel in March 2016. A lawsuit filed by Ventura in November last year and settled the next day referenced actions that seem to match those seen in this video. There is no audio.
Yeah, well, we're now hearing from Diddy's attorney, who's essentially calling all of this a witch hunt.
Where is Diddy? The embattled rapper last seen in Miami is MIA after bombshell expose. Miami Herald. Blood threats and tears inside Diddy's nightmare workplace. Notorious B.I.G.'s mom. Okay, this is Rolling Stone. I want to slap the daylights out of Sean Combs.
A video from 2016, leaked recently, has thrown a new wrench into the ongoing Diddy scandal, potentially causing irreparable damage to the music mogul's reputation. In November 2023, Cassie Ventura publicly raised concerns about Diddy Combs, shedding light on a side of him that many were unaware of. Recent footage aired in May 2024 depicts Diddy in an inebriated state, engaging in aggressive behavior towards Cassie, including pushing, shoving, and dragging her by her hair back to her hotel room. This revelation not only shatters the public's perception of Diddy, but also validates Cassie's previous accusations of domestic maltreatment and essay against him. Furthermore, CNN claims to possess additional evidence awaiting broadcast, prompting frantic reactions from Diddy's legal team.
Grabbing Ventura and throwing her to the ground. As Ventura lies on the ground, Combs then kicks her twice and attempts to drag her on the floor back to the hotel room. Ventura is seen picking up a hotel phone. Combs seems to walk back to the hotel room, then returns and appears to shove her in a corner. Moments later, he can be seen throwing an object in her direction.
So far, Diddy's legal team asserts his innocence, portraying the accusations against him as mere attempts for financial gain. Similar claims were made regarding Cassie, labeling her actions as extortion rather than genuine allegations. Diddy's lawyer suggested Cassie's motivation stemmed from her intention to publish a tell-all book, linking her accusations to financial gain. However, Diddy eventually settled for $30 million, which his legal team argued wasn't an admission of guilt, but a means to resolve the issue. Cassie, on the other hand, depicted Diddy as a dangerous figure, citing their significant age gap when they met, and alleging that he exploited his power to manipulate her into a relationship before subjecting her to maltreatment. The conflicting narratives led to a he-said-she-said scenario, with some of Diddy's associates defending his character against Cassie's claims. While some interpreted Cassie's accepting the settlement as evidence of ulterior motives, the release of the CNN video drastically altered perceptions.
I was up. I hit rock bottom, but I make no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video.
Diddy recently released a video where he tearfully claimed he's not the same person depicted in the incriminating footage. He acknowledged his past behavior, admitting to being intoxicated and harsh, and expressed readiness to apologize. However, public sentiment seems skeptical, with many unconvinced by his emotional plea. Calls are now intensifying for state prosecutors to revisit cases dating back to the 90s and launch fresh investigations into the allegations of mistreatment against the music mogul. The situation is escalating rapidly, signaling potential trouble ahead for Diddy. It's been a whirlwind of turmoil for Diddy, marked by lawsuits, the cancellation of reality shows, and even his resignation from Revolt. It's almost as if he's competing for title of the most dramatic exit. And just when it seemed the drama couldn't escalate further, authorities enter the scene conducting raids on his properties, akin to searching for hidden treasure. Amidst the chaos, Diddy's attorney, the stalwart defender, fighting off these allegations. However, recent reports reveal a surprising twist. The attorney has resigned, catching everyone off guard. Did someone veer off the script? During the raid, tensions ran high, but Diddy's lawyer, Aaron Dyer, swiftly clarified matters. He emphasized Mr. Combs was not detained during the incident at Miami Airport. He cooperated fully with authorities, and neither he nor any of his family members faced arrest or travel restrictions. Despite these assurances, the incident only fueled further speculation surrounding the ongoing probe. Dyer voiced his concern over a rush to judgment against Mr. Combs, denouncing the situation as a witch hunt fueled by baseless allegations from civil lawsuits.
Where is Diddy? The rapper and music mogul hasn't publicly surfaced since the raids in both his LA and Miami Beach areas.
The private guards at Two-Star Island spent hours fussing with umbrellas to shield the car. If there were decoys to throw off onlookers there to track Sean Diddy Combs, it worked.
He stressed that there's been no determination of criminal or civil culpability on Diddy's part regarding these allegations. Just hours later, rumors emerged of Diddy's attorney, Aaron Dyer, stepping down, introducing yet another twist to the ongoing saga surrounding the music icon. If true, this development is unexpected given Dyer's recent defense of Diddy's conduct during the airport incident. Speculation hints at a possible connection between Dyer's departure and the increasing evidence against Diddy, possibly resulting in a breakdown of their legal strategy. Some sources even suggest that Dyer may have been relieved of his duties, hinting at a potential shift in the case against Diddy. However, Dyer has yet to confirm his departure officially, and Diddy's legal team has remained silent on any potential changes. The timing of these rumors surfacing shortly after Dyer's public defense of Diddy raises significant questions. Let's delve into the dramatic events unfolding at Diddy's Los Angeles residence. The scene was chaotic as law enforcement descended upon the location in a manner reminiscent of a movie scene. TMZ's report depicted the area cordoned off, with helicopters buzzing overhead and a substantial police presence.
Those vehicles left the house shortly before we learned Combs' private plane had landed at Opa-locka Airport just after 1.
The magnitude of the operation was considerable. According to reports, the raid was spearheaded by agents from Homeland Security Investigations, New York, supported by counterparts from HSI Los Angeles and HSI Miami, alongside local law enforcement. The involvement of federal agencies adds to the gravity of the situation. Law enforcement sources indicate that the Southern District of New York is overseeing the case, which appears to be linked to the allegations of exploitation leveled against Diddy by multiple individuals in recent months. These accusations have dealt a severe blow to Diddy's reputation, culminating in this significant raid. The sky buzzed with helicopters while ground teams of armed agents swiftly mobilized. The gravity of the situation was palpable as law enforcement meticulously combed through the property, scouring for evidence pertinent to the allegations. Startling footage from Fox captured individuals in handcuffs near Diddy's estate, among them appearing to be his sons, Justin and King Combs. However, the saga didn't end there. Additional footage from TMZ revealed federal agents arriving at Diddy's property by boat, armed and prepared to assist in the raid. The coordination and teamwork exhibited by law enforcement were commendable. Meanwhile, at the forefront of the house, individuals were undergoing questioning, further deepening the enigma surrounding the investigation. Their identities and connections to Diddy and the alleged crimes remain shrouded in mystery, fueling public intrigue for answers. As chaos unfolded on the West Coast, federal agents also descended upon Diddy's lavish Miami residence. Collaborating with local law enforcement and Homeland Security, officers armed themselves and conducted a thorough search for evidence related to the suspected exploitation, mirroring the operation in Los Angeles. While federal authorities were checking out the Florida property, raids happening on both sides of the country really made people realize how serious the accusations against Diddy are. They say Diddy was in Miami when this all went down, making folks wonder if he knew what was happening in his homes or if it all caught him by surprise. During the raid, investigators snagged Diddy's phones. We're not sure how many, but it shows that they're leaving no stone unturned. What kind of info could be on those phones? Could it help prove the accusations? The involvement of federal agencies, cops with guns, and raids happening on opposite ends of the country have left everyone scratching their heads. This big investigation could mess with Diddy's reputation and career big time. Homeland Security Investigations New York mentioned the raid was part of an ongoing thing. HSI Los Angeles, HSI Miami, and local cops all pitched in. But the statement didn't spill much, so folks are eager to learn more about what Diddy's being accused of and what might go down.
Since federal agents served one of 2 search warrants here Monday, a celebrity-soaked narrative exploded into the headlines about a trafficking investigation headed by federal prosecutors in New York City.
Diddy got stopped and questioned by the cops at a private airport in Miami. He showed up at Miami Opelika Executive Airport around 6 p.m. and seemed pretty nervous after chatting with customs agents. But he hasn't been thrown into the slammer yet. One of Diddy's neighbors spilled the beans about the wild shindigs at his California pad. This guy, Ryan Mendelson, lives nearby and says he's seen loads of gorgeous ladies getting dropped off at the house late at night. He mentioned fancy cars and girls in swimsuits rolling in between 1 a.m. and 3 a.m. Mendelson thought they were just chicks coming over for a famous dude's after-party after hitting the town in L.A. Mendelson never actually saw Diddy with the ladies, but after all the drama, he's feeling more suspicious. About a month ago, there were tons of SUVs dropping people off along the street. Parties in the hood aren't just on weekends. They're happening all week long. Even on a Tuesday night in Beverly Hills, there's a bash from 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. Mendelson thinks these parties often end badly. During the raids, a tour bus passed by the mansion, and folks snapped pics and bugged the media for info, giving it a classic Hollywood vibe. When federal agents stopped Diddy's plane in Miami during all the commotion, there was another dude with him, Brendan Paul. This guy ended up in cuffs. Funny enough, about a month ago, there were rumors flying around that this guy was Diddy's substance mule. As things calmed down, the story of Paul's arrest started coming out. According to a report, he got slapped with one charge for having what looked like a white powdered substance and a candy substance. In Florida, those are serious crimes. Cops found the substances in Paul's bag during a regular check, so they had to arrest him. But that was just the beginning of the mess Brendan Paul was about to step into. Let's take a closer look at Brendan Paul, the 25-year-old caught up in this mess. His background is quite interesting and surprising. Paul started his schooling at Brewster Academy, a fancy boarding school in New England. He spent the first 3 years of high school there, getting good at both academics and basketball. Then for his senior year, he switched to Hawken High, a private day school in Ohio. After finishing high school, Paul headed to Syracuse University in New York. It's a famous school, and he got to play basketball there during his first and second years. Wearing the Syracuse orange jersey, he dreamed of becoming a pro basketball player. But sometimes life doesn't go as planned, and Paul's basketball journey took an unexpected turn. Even though he was talented and worked hard, he didn't get much playing time at Syracuse, so he made the tough choice to switch to Fairmont State University for his last 2 years of college. At Fairmont State, Paul joined the Division I basketball team, eager to prove himself on the court, but he still didn't get to play much, usually less than 10 minutes per game. It was around this time that Paul started getting into music. With the COVID-19 pandemic causing chaos, music became a source of comfort and inspiration for him, and he began dabbling in music production. Paul caught Diddy's eye, and Diddy asked him to help with his big new album, The Love Album. Paul was over the moon and shared a picture of him and Diddy in the studio on social media, showing off the cool moment. But just a month ago, things took a turn. Paul got named in a big lawsuit against Diddy, where he's accused of being Diddy's substance runner. The guy suing? Rodney Lil Rod Jones also worked on Diddy's album. Lil Rod claims Paul wasn't just dealing substances, but also messing with guns. Now Paul's caught with substances while hanging out with Diddy. It makes you wonder if Lil Rod's lawsuit has some truth in it. Lil Rod produced 9 songs on Diddy's hit album, The Love Album, Off the Grid. He says his life's been messed up ever since he started working with Diddy.
The new allegations against John Diddy Combs, a music producer, is accusing hip-hop mogul of assaulting him and forcing him to have sex with prostitutes.
It's very scary for myself.
According to the lawsuit, Lil Rod thinks he was supposed to work for Diddy without getting much in return. He ended up living with Diddy in lots of different places like Los Angeles, New York City, Miami, and even on a yacht in the U.S. Virgin Islands. While with Diddy, Lil Rod says he saw and went through stuff that went way beyond just making music. The complaint says that Diddy made Lil Rod record him all the time, ending up with loads of footage and audio recordings. But what's shocking is what's in those recordings. Lil Rod, who claims he's a straight Christian guy, claims Diddy kept touching him without permission and groping him. He told Diddy's right-hand person, Christina Coram, about it, but she apparently brushed off his concerns. Lil Rod's lawyer, Tyrone A. Blackburn, takes it a step further, comparing Coram to Ghislaine Maxwell, a friend of the late Jeffrey Epstein. The lawsuit says Diddy tried to get Lil Rod to do intimate stuff with another producer, promising him a big award at the Grammys if he did. But it doesn't stop there. Lil Rod says Diddy had secret cameras in his houses, catching people doing private stuff. This allegedly includes adults doing things they shouldn't be.
It has me worried about my kids and, just sleeping with anxiety and different things like that. So just moving forward.
The lawsuit paints a scary picture of a guy who thinks he's above the law. Lil Rod says Diddy has a ton of evidence he uses to control people. The complaint also claims Diddy gave spiked drinks to minors and adults at his houses and messed with all sorts of substances and illegal guns. Things get even scarier when Lil Rod accuses Diddy of covering up a shooting. It supposedly happened in 2012 at Chalice Recording Studio in Los Angeles. According to the updated lawsuit, the shooting happened just down the street from Chalice during a robbery. A message from the studio to someone unnamed backs up the incident, saying, "There are police reports to prove it. Please wait for the facts before saying anything bad about us." In the first lawsuit, it's claimed that Diddy and his son Justin had a big argument with someone called G in the studio bathroom. But when Diddy and Justin left, Lil Rod says he found G shot on the bathroom floor. Shockingly, Lil Rod says Diddy then told him to tell the cops he didn't see anything to try and save G's life. Lil Rod rushed G to the front of the studio where an ambulance was waiting. It was a scary situation with Diddy allegedly pulling the strings behind it all. Justin says these claims aren't true. On February 27th, things got even messier with more accusations flying around. A source who knows about the Los Angeles Police Department's case confirmed that Diddy was part of the investigation, but the drama doesn't stop there. The updated complaint also reveals something shocking. It says a private investigator close to Diddy tried to bribe one of Lil Rod's friends to spill some dirt on him. Diddy's lawyer, Sean Hawley, told The Times that these claims are all lies. He called Lil Rod a liar who's just after money he doesn't deserve. Hawley said they have tons of proof showing that Lil Rod's accusations are totally made up. They've tried to show this proof to Lil Rod's lawyer, Tyrone Blackburn, but Blackburn won't answer their calls. Hawley said they'll deal with these crazy accusations in court and take action against anyone who's spreading them. Lil Rod is suing Diddy and some big names in showbiz, saying they did bad stuff. Diddy's son, some music big shots, and Diddy's companies are all in trouble. Lil Rod says they broke a law called the RICO Act. If he's right, it could be a big deal for Diddy and the whole entertainment world. The lawsuit also talks about Diddy trying to use his friend Bishop T.D. Jakes to help him out of another lawsuit from Cassie Ventura, where she accused him of bad things. Since then, more people have accused Diddy of doing wrong stuff, and he stepped down from his job at Revolt TV, the company he helped start.
Now, you said no Diddy, but it seems like there is Lil Rod has come out who he produced the Love album. And it seems like he has recordings, pictures of a whole year and a half.
Smart guy.
Year and a half with Diddy, not getting paid to where he's
Smart
like.
guy.
It seems like you can't say no to Diddy the way he's putting it out. Like, there's a lot of things like, why didn't he say no?
Yeah, that you don't go.
Yes.
You don't go. Why go? They gonna drug you.
Lace, yeah.
You gonna ask for a glass of water, it's gonna be laced with that Tootsie. Let the good times roll. Like if I knew that there's a possibility that I might get raped and drugged if I go to this party,
Lil Rod also says that Diddy tried to get him to do bad things with his friends. Lil Rod got scared when Diddy introduced him to Cuba Gooding Jr. on Diddy's yacht. Lil Rod says Gooding touched him in bad ways even after he said no. But there's more. Lil Rod says Diddy made him get adult workers and do stuff with them. He had to work for Diddy while he showered naked and Diddy kept touching him. Lil Rod felt trapped and violated. The lawsuit also talks about a time when Lil Rod woke up in bed with 2 adult workers, but he doesn't remember how he got there. He thinks someone might have used a substance on him, which makes this already scary story even scarier. Rodney Jones's lawyer says Diddy's part in this mess goes way beyond just the SA claims. In a letter to a New York judge, Jones's lawyer says Diddy sent people to bother Lil Rod's 8-year-old daughter. The things they did were really upsetting and made Jones and his family feel really bad.
Yeah, check this out. We don't talk about things that are nonsense.
Hello, everyone. Until further notice, I would not be performing at any gigs or anything like that. For security reasons, my family, friends, and everyone close to me just feels like there's a lot of potential threats, and everybody's just telling me what he's allegedly capable of, and it's very scary for myself, and it has me worried about my kids, and just sleeping with anxiety and different things like that. So just moving forward, just want to pause on everything until we know that it's clear and safe for me to come back outside of work. I appreciate you all for your love and support, and everybody that knows me, etc. Thank you so much. Love.
What's even worse is that Diddy tried to talk to Jones through other people, not directly. Also, Jones's lawyer says Diddy made up fake stories about Lil Rod and got them published on gossip websites. These lies not only made Lil Rod look bad, but also made him feel really bad. It seems like Diddy is using his power to control what people think and to make Lil Rod look even worse. The stuff said about Diddy makes him look bad, like he'd do anything to protect himself and shut up the person accusing him. What's Diddy gonna do? Let's check out some of the legal problems he's had in the past and how he handled them. Back in 1995, there was a big fight involving Diddy that made things worse between Death Row Records and Bad Boy. It happened outside a club in Atlanta and ended with a guy named Jake Robles dying. He was a friend of Suge Knight and worked as security. It all went down during a party thrown by Jermaine Dupri at Platinum City Club. Diddy and Suge Knight were there having fun at first, but things got bad when people from Bad Boy and Death Row started arguing. The tension kept rising until a cop, Deputy Chris Howard, led Diddy and his crew outside to calm things down. Howard thought it was safe for Suge Knight and his people to leave too, but then out of nowhere more of Diddy's friends showed up and chaos broke out. Howard said one of Diddy's friends showed a gun, so Howard went after them. Then the guy with the gun gave it to someone else who shot Jake Robles a few times. After that, chaos broke out as the shooter ran away and hopped into a car with Diddy's friends. They rushed Robles to the hospital, but he didn't make it. Later, Diddy said he didn't have anything to do with the shooting, but Knight blamed him. This whole situation made things worse between the two groups, making the hip-hop world feel more tense and harsh. Even though Diddy said he didn't do it, people still link him to the shooting. But the trouble Diddy's facing now is even bigger than what happened before. We'll have to wait and see what happens in this new case. So what do you think about all this chaos? Let us know in the comments. That's all for today. We hope you enjoyed that video, and if you did, make sure to hit like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more videos like this.